given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people.
Butterfly family, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, and I apologize about that. I know in my last video I mentioned how my brother passed away due to an overdose of heroin, and I just kind of wanted to state that he passed away 2 years ago, even though it feels like this happened yesterday. I just wanted to clarify, because some people were assuming that he passed away then, and I don't want to confuse anybody or mislead anybody or give the wrong information. But this video is just to speak on my life in that area, and just to bring awareness and to update you on some things, you know. I have a 5-year-old daughter. Her name is Naraya, and she is like the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, literally the best thing that ever happened to me. The doctors told me I couldn't get pregnant, and they said if by a miracle I did get pregnant, that I wouldn't be able to carry because of the way that my body was set up. He said I wouldn't be able to carry. So, I want to say in 2013, maybe, I ended up having a miscarriage in in July, and I went to the doctor telling them, okay, I had a miscarriage. You know, I explained to him what happened. He said, oh yeah, that was a miscarriage. They checked to make sure there was nothing else left behind, and he pretty much said, you see, I told you, if, you know, you did get pregnant, your body wouldn't be able to carry. And he says, but I do suggest that if you do plan to have children, that you start, you know, as of now, just so that you could get a heads up on things, so you could figure out what your plan B or your plan C or your plan D and E and F and all of the plans. So, I don't even know if I said that right. If I didn't, sorry. You know, so pretty much that was the whole thing. So, I know at first hand my fiance wanted to have at least 2 kids. For me, I was okay with 1. I have been a nanny almost my whole entire life, and I was like over the top with kids, like done. And not like I loved children, it was just I invested so much of my own energy on somebody else's kids that I didn't get to live my life. And not even to sound selfish, because it's not being selfish, you know. I know some people would get mad when somebody else, oh, but that's being selfish, you know, this and this and that and the third. But it's not really, especially if you invested the major parts of your life on children, So, but when I met my fiance, I was all for it. Hey, you want 2 kids? I'll give you 1, and then later on we decide to have more, then that's fine. But when I tell you, I had the worst pregnancy of my life, it's an understatement. It is an understatement. I did not enjoy not one bit of being pregnant. I did not enjoy it. The only thing that I was fascinated about was the fact that there was something growing inside of me. It was boggling how there was somebody else inside my body that was taking all of my cuteness, either way, the worst 8 months, she decided to come early, a month early, and when she was born 7 pounds, 7 ounces. The day that my water broke, we make it all the way down to Stanford and Connecticut, for those of you that don't know. Excuse me, guys, I've been sick. So we make it all the way down to Stanford. And when we make it to Stanford, they put me in. At first they tell me, oh, you're 5 centimeters. And then they tell me that I'm barely 2 centimeters. So I sat there and I waited, but I was under the impression that my surgeon or my OBGYN, it wasn't the normal one that I was seeing. It was somebody else in the facility that I was going to. And he almost kind of wanted me to have the C-section. It was almost like, the baby's never going to come down. You're going to be wasting your time. The baby isn't in any distress, but why wait when you can have your baby in your arms now? It's up to you. No pressure. I'm here. Blase, blase. So, I decided to wait, okay? My baby's not in distress. My body is not built at the moment to have a C-section, a traditional C-section. At the time, I had lost weight, my stomach hanged, and where they normally do the C-section, on me, you wouldn't be able to see it because my stomach was over it. And when he kept on with the C-section, oh, you should just get a C-section. And I'm telling him, in your professional opinion, honestly, being honest, do you think she's not gonna come out regular? I don't mind waiting if she's not in any danger. And he's like, in my 32 years of experience, she's not coming out natural. You might as well just have the C-section, save yourself the aggravation. And I said, fine. But then he leans on me and he says, I don't know whether to do your incision on top of your stomach or underneath your bikini line. And I looked at him and I said, well, obviously on top of my stomach, I don't have a bikini line. My stomach, it hangs over my private area. You're not going to be able to put an incision there. And he goes, we'll see what we do. They put the epidural so they could prep me for the C-section. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. So, when I go in, I feel absolutely everything. Everything. I can feel them cutting me. I can feel them digging in my stomach. Like the worst time in the operating room, and I'm yelling, saying I can feel everything, and I'm like getting frantic, and I'm yelling, and they're like, oh, it's just pressure, and I'm like, no, I can feel everything, and I started to freak out because I couldn't feel one half of my leg, so I'm trying to move because I could feel everything, but one part of my side wasn't moving. And the lady, the nurse, I guess she saw that I was reacting too harshly for somebody that was just feeling pressure. And she said, honey, are you feeling pressure or do you feel sharpness? And I said, I feel everything. And like, the only thing that I remember was like getting knocked out, because I went from I feel everything to just waking up and them saying, oh, baby girl is here. They knocked me out on a procedure that normally people are awake for, so they could see their daughter come into the world. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't think I was gonna be this emotional. So I couldn't even hold my daughter. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to remove my lashes. They were about to fall off. And, so I didn't get to hold my daughter. They were passing her around, and I was the only one that couldn't even see a clear picture of her face because I was so knocked out from medication. I had the worst pregnancy. I had the worst recovery. I asked him, because that was the first thing that I asked my fiance. I said, where did they do my incision? And he said, what do you mean? I said, babe, where did they cut me? He said, I don't know. And I just started to feel on my stomach, and I don't feel no bandages on top of my stomach, and I knew that they did the incision in my bikini line. And if anybody is overweight, if anybody knows what it is to have their stomachs hang just even a little bit, they know how hard it is to make sure that it's kept dry, to make sure that it's clean, to make sure that your regular skin on a normal basis is healed and is not cracking and it's not breaking. Imagine having an incision there that you gotta keep clean, and you're by yourself with no help. A week later, I was back in the hospital. I spent 1 week with my daughter, and then I end up in the hospital and I get admitted because I have an infection in my C-section. I was in the hospital for 3 months after that. When they took off the staples in my stomach split open. It didn't even close. And they kept me in the hospital, and I didn't see my daughter for the first 3 months. When I finally got to see her, she had teeth. She looked so different. I went through the worst depression. The worst depression. I went through the worst postpartum. I had a PICC line for almost a year, giving me 3 antibiotics. I had 3 surgeries because the infection just kept getting bigger and spreading. All because the doctor, after hearing the concern, chose to do his way anyway without looking at the patient and seeing what was good for them. And you know, in that time, and this is nobody's fault, it's my own fault, you know. But in that time of me not having my daughter, I got addicted to heroin myself. And I get so mad at myself because I feel like had I not gone through any of this, I would have been the bigger sister that my brother needed, and maybe he would have been here today. I wish that I could go back in time and stop myself, because where I am today is so much better than I was then. And I got nobody to thank but my brother that passed away, because he saved my life. He really did save my life. And you know, so my brother saved my life. In my eyes, he saved my life. And I've been 2 and some months, years clean. And I thank God for that, because now I'm here and I'm present. And I'm taking care of myself, and I'm trying to do things with my life, you know, stuff that I didn't have the motivation to do because of where I was mentally. You know, your mental health is really important. It really is. I can't stress that enough. You know, if you don't feel well in your head, you know, go somewhere where you're comfortable, where you feel like you can talk without getting judged. Even if it's somebody like a friend or something, and just speak it out. I didn't speak out my emotions, and it led me on a road that was so dangerous. On a road that I almost died several times with. And on a road that I lost my own brother to. And I will never forget the day, because I was the one that found him. But I'm here today because of him. I'm here today because I have a family that loves me. I'm here today because I have a God that loves me. And I just want to bring awareness. Love yourself enough. I'm sorry guys again. So this video today is just to bring awareness, really. guys need any help, if you guys need somebody to talk to, if you guys are struggling with addictions or whatever, find help, seek help. And if you feel like you can't do it alone, like I thought I couldn't do it on my own. And that's what kept me back for so many years, you know. But after experiencing the loss of my brother and finding his body, like, he gave me every motivation to find help for myself. 2 days or like 3 days before he passed away, we sat up and we talked about so many goals that we had for ourselves, you know. He said how he wanted to open up a store, a restaurant, and his music, and, you know, I told him that, you know, I want to get into doing hair, into doing nails, and have my own business. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. And I told him how, you know, I also wanted to lose weight and to get healthy for my daughter. You know, and how I felt a certain way about myself, and he just was like, yeah, we're gonna do it, you know, we're gonna live it up, we're gonna, you know. And he saved my life, because before that day I had no ambition. Before that day I had no fire, no. All my dreams were at a standstill. All my goals were at a standstill. And today I have such a fire inside of me that I refuse to die without seeing my life unfold into something that I never expected. Something great. That my daughter could experience a mom that's able to move and play. My daughter deserves the best. And until my last breath on earth, I will push myself to give her the best. And I just want to say thank you guys, you know, for rocking it out with me, for being here, for checking in on me, for going on my page and saying, hey, where you at? I haven't seen you in a while. You know, it feels nice. And I want to say thank you for rocking it out with me, sticking it out with me. I go for my surgery on the 19th of this month. I'm on my liquid diet now. It's been, a day now. I've been on my liquid diet. And I go for my surgery on the 19th. So keep me in your prayers. Keep looking out for my videos. I'm going to keep posting. I got a couple videos coming up of some products that I got that was sent to me, and I'm also gonna come up with my measurements and my starting weight for the liquid diet before the surgery. So stay tuned for that also. And I want to say, if you're new, my name is Mita. I'm sorry that you had to get into this video to see what I'm about. If you subscribe, I appreciate it. You don't know how much I appreciate every new person that hits the subscribe button. If you support me, I support you. And I appreciate all the love, I really do. You guys have no idea. Before YouTube, I wouldn't have done any of this before, and the fact that I'm doing it now and then being consistent with it, I just can't believe that of myself at this point. And I know I'm just gonna keep breaking stagnant waters in my life, you know. And I just want to say thank you so much. Before I go, I want to share a poem that I wrote for when my brother had passed away. It says, heroin, as so many know as dope, truly is no joke. I should know, for a while thinking I had full control, when in all reality, it was all just for show. I tried so hard to believe that it was all up to me, that I could choose to stop when I wanted to be free. And once again, I was deceived, and this time not by anyone or anything, I was deceived by me. Sometimes we try so hard to convince ourselves that we have control and don't need to be rescued. But deep down I knew I was losing myself real quick, and this I confess to. I was always the one to say I would never fall, or that if I truly wanted, all I needed was to stand tall and I would never crumble. But the lesson I learned was to never say never and to always stay humble, because someone's day could quickly be my night. And someone's battle could also become my fight. I was hooked. And yes, I say I was addicted to the one thing people warned me never to mess with. I was ashamed, went from preaching to telling to scrubbing toilets for a pay, endangering myself as I played Russian roulette, not knowing if the last hit would be the last of my bets. You lose more than you gain when you choose dope. You lose your family, your mind, and money, and eventually all hope. And this is why I'm here today, because what it stole from me, no one should ever have to pay. So this right here is for those that want to be free. Just think of everything you lost and then multiply it by 3. And at that, it could be more. It has been 2 years that dope stole my brother's time on earth. And every day that goes by, I still live through this curse. I still go through the motions, wishing I was there to save him, not realizing that I'm sober here today for the road that he played in. Had it not been for him, where would I be? If he not died that night, then it could have been me. And for that I say he saved me. He used his life for mine, pushing me out of my rut just so that I could shine. How badly I wish that I could still hug you, that I could call you up, that I could simply just love on you, that I could hear your voice, that I could hear your jokes, or just hear your voice. If I knew you would be gone, I would have never made this choice. Drugs kill and destroy. Seek help and recover. Because I'm standing here today, totally sober. And if I can do it, so can you. Each day at a time. And hold down what you don't want to lose. guys for sticking to the end of the video. Sorry, it was an emotional one. I just wanted to give you the life update. Surgery on the 19th. Keep me in prayers. Wish me luck. And I will come up with the measurements at another video. Love you guys.